The 10 best electric bikes for every kind of ride. An electric motor lets you enjoy most of the benefits of biking, without all the sweat. Around the country, bars, restaurants, and other public spaces are closed or have limited service. Public transportation is becoming a more iffy proposition, and cities are closing streets to give pedestrians more room to move around near their homes. Enter the electric bike. You don't need to be physically fit to ride one. It gets you outside, reduces fossil fuels, reduces congestion, and it's fun. Over the past few years, we've tried almost every kind of a bike there is, from heavy-duty cargo bikes to high-end mountain bikes. Whether you're tooling around your neighborhood buying wood chips from the hardware store or trying to trim a few miles off the ride for a socially distanced visit, we have the best e-bike for you. We will be continuing to test and ride bikes throughout the summer, so if you don't see one you like now, be sure to check back later. Once you get one, check out our favorite biking accessories, too. Updated for June 2020, we removed several older pics and added new ones, like the Propella 7-speed. The best bike. Specialized Turbo Vado SL equipped. When I had to return this electric bike, 9/10, Wired recommends, I almost cried. The tiny, but powerful, custom motor and slim battery are integrated into the frame, so it doesn't even look like an e-bike. The XS frame weighs 33 pounds, only a few more than a regular steel bike. It has a hybrid frame with flat handlebars that make it easy to maneuver on a variety of surfaces, whether you're scooting along at 28 miles per hour or bumping through trees at your local park. The best affordable bike. Propella 7-speed, V3.4. But who am I kidding? Unless you're already an e-bike enthusiast, you probably want one that's as close to $1,000 as possible. That's a hard proposition if you want a reliable motor and a frame that won't buckle at 15 miles per hour. Propella's direct-to-consumer 7-speed, 8/10, Wired recommends, is the best cheap bike we've found. Reviewer Parker Hall noted that it has trustworthy components like a Samsung battery and Shimano disc brakes, and nifty accessories like a cool suspension seat. At 39 pounds, it's also pretty light for an e-bike. It ships directly to you, too, which is handy if you'd like to avoid a bike shop right now. Best utility bike. Rad Power Bikes Rad Runner. No matter which bike I recommend, most people I know personally buy this one. It has a seemingly magic blend of affordability and usefulness. Seattle-based Rad Power Bikes ships its bikes direct to consumer, and rather than working exclusively with companies like Bosch and Shimano, it also develops its own custom hub motor drivetrains with a number of different vendors. Extras like aluminum pedals and extra gears are stripped off in favor of a burly 120-pound rear rack and big, stable, custom Kenda tires. Almost anyone can use the Rad Runner, 7/10, Wired review, whether you want a comfy cruiser for beach rides, a stable seat for your 4-year-old, or you just want to ditch your gas-powered Vespa. If you've never been on a bike before, the LBS one also has an easy step-through frame and premium trimmings, like Tektro hydraulic brakes. It's much more expensive, though, $3,000 on Amazon. Best cargo bike, and my fave. Turn GSD. The Turn GSD S10, 9/10, Wired recommends, is my favorite cargo bike, of those I've tested, and it's the one I would buy if I had the ka-ching. Turn used a number of creative design tweaks to make the bike easy to ride. For example, small 20-inch and fat motocross tires help keep the bike's length equal to an average road bike. The rear rack is also lower for better stability, and the battery and motor are under the rack, rather than mounted on the down tube. You can also store it standing up on its end. That's in addition to a customizable Bosch motor, which you can upgrade to a double battery system. My local bike shops have trouble keeping it in stock. If you don't need such a long tail, Turn also released a shorter HSD that can accommodate one child seat. A light, affordable cargo bike. Bike Friday Holiday. Bike Friday's holiday isn't for everyone. Most parents that want a long-tail cargo bike will opt for something heavier and more stable, like a Rad Wagon or a Yuba Boda Boda. But as a short parent who has to transport 2 kids, this is the bike I actually own. It has a unique telescoping tube that can shorten the bike to accommodate riders as short as 4 feet 6 inches, and it weighs 44 pounds, almost 15 pounds less than the Turn. It's also much more affordable, though this is realized by replacing a reliable, powerful Bosch drivetrain with a Tongsheng one. Best minivan substitute. Riza and Mola Load 60. A year after testing it, my husband and I still wistfully talk about how much better our lives would be if we had our own R&M Load 60, 8/10, Wired recommends. The full suspension, Double battery load uses a Bosch system to power its bake Fiat-style cargo box around town. You can customize the cargo box with low sidewalls, harnesses, and a rain cover, or you can strip everything off and pick up tools at the hardware store. It also comes with helpful extras, like hydraulic disc brakes, an easily adjustable seat, and a built-in wheel lock that lets you lock the bike up while it's freestanding. Most versatile bike. Yamaha Wabash e-bike. A gravel bike is a versatile choice for everything from daily commuting to gentle weekend bikepacking trips. The Yamaha Wabash 7/10 wired review is more affordable than the Turbo Vado SL, and I used it for everything from heading to my local coffee shop to hitting some trails on the weekends. Yamaha's custom motor and zero cadence trigger are powerful enough to let me start up in the middle of very steep hills. It also has rear rack mounts, an LED headlight, and a little bell. I did find its slim wheels and lack of shock absorption quite jarring on rougher roads. Specialized also has a very nice gravel-ready electric bike. Best electric mountain bike. Specialized Men's Turbo Levo Comp. While many towns have restrictions on whether electric bikes are even allowed on single-track, thin trails, reviewer Stephanie Pearson had a blast on Specialized's first pedal-assisted mountain bike, 8/10 wired recommends. It has a stiff, asymmetric frame that's longer in the front to make pounding the downhills feel smooth and safe, as well as a 500-watt motor with smart control, which means you don't have to adjust assistance when riding. It feels just as fun as a non-electric bike. Best folding e-bike. Gacycle GX. Gacycle was founded by McLaren automotive engineer Richard Thorpe, and the GX 7/10 wired review is its fast folding bike. The sleek aluminum frame hides a 300-watt-hour lithium-ion battery inside. Instead of simply switching from 4 predetermined assist modes, Gacycle's app lets you tinker on a sliding scale to dial in different amounts of assistance in correlation with different levels of pressure on the pedals, which makes it a dream to ride. You can rubber band your phone to the handlebars to serve as your console. It also has only 2 hinges, which makes folding and unfolding easy, and can be stored standing with the kickstand extended. An affordable folding e-bike. Jetson Metro folding electric bike. E-bikes are expensive, and we did review the Jetson Metro 6/10 wired review, which rings in at under $1,000. It has many of the bells and whistles that you need for a commuter e-bike, like a 250-watt motor hidden in the crossbar, around 40 miles of range, 3 levels of pedal assist, a throttle, and a horn. However, in just a week of testing, I chipped off a part of the clamp that hooks the bike together, which doesn't bode well for the bike's longevity over the long haul. Advice to keep in mind. Understanding electric bike specs. Just like any bike, electric bikes come with a ton of different technical specs that you may or may not care about. More affordable e-bikes use hub motor drives, where the motor is in the hub of the bike's wheel. More expensive mid-drive motors, like Bosch or Shimano systems, are in the center of the bike and transfer the power to the wheel via the chain. Mid-drive motors let you shift gears and balance the bike's weight better. If you live in an area that's wet or hilly, it's worth shelling out for a more powerful 500-watt or 750-watt motor and a few extras, like hydraulic or mechanical disc brakes, which will help prevent you and your cargo from skidding into traffic. If you have a longer commute, you may also want to look for a double battery system, as the range on most e-bike batteries is within 30 to 50 miles. E-bike classifications and rules. Check your local laws. Before you buy your electric bike, make sure you can actually use it. Many cities and states have local laws regulating when and where you can use an e-bike. At least 22 states now use the 3-class system, and may restrict when and where different classes of e-bikes might be used, depending on if they have a throttle or can assist above 20 miles per hour. Cities may also have laws about whether mountain e-bikes are allowed on single-track trails. If your state classifies e-bikes under the same laws governing motorcycles and mopeds, you may need a license to ride one. And no matter what, always wear a helmet. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like, share, comment and subscribe. I will be posting daily content, so be sure to click the bell to be notified when I do.